Thank you for staying with us. You're still on to the weekend show on AIT, and this is the Climate Chat, where we'll be having a conversation around how climate change widens the inequality gap in Nigeria. My name is Zainab Adetala, and today on this segment, we'll be taking a very quick look at what one non-profit organization is doing to catch them young in preaching the need for climate justice. I'm talking about Education as a Vaccine. They have taken this initiative to establish clubs in secondary schools across Nigeria and empower young people with knowledge about the need for climate justice. I'll be speaking on the show this morning to Victoria Essa, who is the Executive Director of the Environmental and Climate Change Amelioration Initiative. She'll be joining me on Zoom all the way from Benue State to have this conversation. A very good morning to you, Victoria Essa, and thank you for joining us on the weekend show today.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Zainab.
All right,
I'm
excited to
so
have you.
glad to
Let's
be
start
with
this
you here this
conversation
week.
from understanding the need for the climate justice clubs in secondary schools. Why secondary schools? Why not the markets? Why not the general community? Why secondary schools?
Thank you so much for this question, Zainab. I want to first of all say I have a passion for impacting on the society, especially the young one, the young people, with that spirit of catching them young. So, and of course, knowing the fact that the impact of climate change will fall disproportionately on the world's most poorest countries, which include Nigeria, of course. And you know, uh, it is a fact that climate change affects uh, different groups differently. And of course, women and girls are most vulnerable when you come to talk of effects of climate change. And women, of course, represent the majority of the world poorest um, and more dependent on the threatened natural resources. I have that passion a long time ago, and I like working with young ones. Before now, we have, as an organization, that is Environment and Climate Change and Melioration Initiative, we've been having clubs, but not climate justice club. We'll be having like tree planting club, environmental clubs, and whatnot. But the that initiative came about when Education as a Vaccine, EVA, with my organization, um, came together and decided to have the club in schools. It's better to train our upcoming leaders. The youth, they are the leaders of the future. So if you train them, it means training a future society leaders that will be responsive that with issues of climate change and of course climate justice and will be able to demand for their right. So Education as a Vaccine with my organization, ECCAI, came together with support from FEMNET on the African African activists for climate justice project. FEMNET, of course, is the African Women's Development and Communication Network. So that is how the idea of the climate justice came about in schools. And we chose to go to school, like I told you, because we want to have a future leader that will be able to, know how to mitigate, mitigate and adapt to climate change, and how to bring up policies that we encourage that. That is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing work right there. What I hear you say is that it is important to catch them young, and ensure that from a very young age, the students understand the need for climate justice and can contribute to the climate change conversations. But I know that you're implementing this project in Benue State. I'd like you to tell us a bit about how many schools you've been able to reach and what you currently do with the students in the schools.
Thank you so much, Zainab. I am actually engaging in Benue State, and for now, it's just like a prototype. By next year, we are going to expand to other schools. But for now, we are engaging in just one school, and our activities with the club started with a club membership formation and teaching them, starting from right from the scratch, for them to understand what is climate change, the effects of climate change, the consequences, and so on. And for now, our engagement is with Unique Secondary School, Makurdi. And we started with 30 girls.
Wow.
The girls were not just picked, they were carefully selected based on their passion for environmental sustainability. And of course, they have to accept and have that zeal and passion for the club. So we selected them based on that. And what we did is that we fattened the club activities into the school curriculum. So we usually hold the climate justice meeting on the school club days. They have a day set aside for school clubs in that school. So that very day, as other clubs are having their meetings, Climate Justice Club also we have our meetings in the school. And we use a manual. We don't just go enter and we use a manual. And that manual is very, very nice because it guides us on what topic to take per day. And the exciting aspect of the process is the fact that the members, the girls, the climate change members, climate justice members, they got their officials. We have a president, we have a PRO, we have about 7 officials that take care of the club, and we have a club master.
Thank you.
It may interest you to know that these students are now able to, on their own, when we go, we sit sometimes as guests.
As
They are
guests,
the ones
yeah.
that we look at the club, when we left the manual with them. One copy with
amazing.
them. We sit and listen to them as they talk to us about climate change and so on, depending on the topic they choose to talk to us about.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
we are
Victoria
doing a
Esa.
lot. We not only do our club meetings, but we celebrate international days. Last month, we celebrated the International Day for the Girl Child, and we spoke to them. We have speakers from outside the school that spoke to them around the theme for this year's.
Thank you so much, Victoria Esa. I would simply say that amazing work. I hope that you keep up the good work and continue to catch them young and educate them about the need for climate justice. It's been nice having you on the Climate Chat for the weekend show this Saturday. We hope to have you another time. And that's it for this segment of the program. That was Victoria Esa, Executive Director of the Environmental and Climate Change Amelioration Initiative. Until I come your way next time on the Climate Chat, keep watching the weekend show. My name is Zainab Adetola.